I'm your pocket filler, the parlay killer, the Northside thriller. Start the broadcast, subscribe with a smash, the Gorilla Sports Podcast.
Hey guys, welcome into the Gorilla Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Alex Bulpin, and it is Monday, September the 2nd. Ooh, it's draft day today. I got 2 big drafts going later this evening. Can't wait, getting pumped up for that. But let's talk about our baseball plays from yesterday. It was a little weird. We had 2 of our 5 batter parlays where 2 of the batters were late scratches. So we only had half of them going. So that's a little annoying when that happens, but that's what happens when you make bets early in the morning instead of waiting for the lineups to come out. These things sort of happen. All right, so let's get into the plays we had yesterday. So we took Lawrence Butler. This guy is absolutely crushing it for us. This guy, and they won't give him any price. Like they don't have any respect for him. So I'll love it. I'll keep taking this guy to minus 210s as he's on an 11-game hitting streak, and we've been on about 5 or 6 of those games. So we'll take that. And we paired it with Shohei Ohtani. Excuse me. Now, the Dodgers ended up getting destroyed and killed early. So after like 1 or 2 plate appearances, they pulled out Mookie Betts. They pulled out, Freddie Freeman. And they left Shohei Ohtani in just because he's the DH. They don't really, not really worried about injuries when you're the DH. All you do is just go up to bat once every 3 innings kind of deal. So he ended up going about 0 for 3 or 0 for 4. So Ohtani didn't come through for us. So that was a loser. Our next play is we took Charlie Blackmon and we paired it with Corbin Carroll. Now, Charlie Blackmon didn't play yesterday, so that kind of sucked. And Corbin Carroll got us a hit. I had a couple of buddies telling me, hey, Charlie Blackmon's not going. Anyone you want to switch it out for? And I did say Mookie Betts, and Mookie Betts did end up getting a hit, so that ended up working out. But for the podcast, that was just a half a unit because Corbin Carroll got his hit and Charlie Blackmon didn't play. Our next play, we took Aaron Judge and we paired him with Vladdy Guerrero. Again, Vladdy was one of the guys who did not play. He was a late scratch. And Aaron Judge, 2 intentional walks. These are getting so annoying. They really got to protect him better by putting a better guy behind him, similar to how Houston has when they moved up. Yordan Alvarez in the lineup. Like maybe switch Juan Soto and Aaron Judge and have Soto behind him. Because, everyone seems to still pitch to Soto. He's an absolute stud, but maybe switch him off. Like, have Judge go first and Soto try and bring him home. Might be an idea, Yankees. Figure it out. And then our next play is we took Luis Arias and we paired it with O'Neal Cruz. Arias came through for us. And so I hadn't used O'Neal Cruz all year long. He was on a big 11-game hitting streak, so he was on fire, so I figured to take him. However, I did have Brian Reynolds penciled in for that same play, but I switched at the last second and went with O'Neal Cruz and ended up losing that one. So that's never fun. And then our last one is we took Juan Soto and we paired it with Yordan Alvarez, and that was a winner. So we ended up losing about 1.5, 1.4 units yesterday. Not the end of the world. But I got 6 plays I like today. So let's get into some of this action. Our first play is we're going to take Marcus Semien of the Texas Rangers to get 1 hit. Now, he's crushing versus Cole and the Yankees today. He's 9 for 19, batting .474. He's 1 for 3 in 2024 versus him. So he's already seen him once this year and got a hit versus him. So I like that. We're going to pair it with Luis Arias. Now he's batting .308. He's got a hit in 9 of his last 11 games. And he's going versus Ty Madden, who's the rookies at 1 start. It was okay. But I like our look on Luis Arias and Marcus Semien together. And that comes in at a minus 112, so decent price. Our next play is we are going to take Corbin Carroll, who's on an absolute tear. Now he's 3 for 10 with a homer, a double, and a triple versus Jack Flaherty. And he's on an 11-game hitting streak. So yes, please, give me Corbin Carroll. And we're going to pair it with Brian Reynolds, who's 4 for 11 versus Jameson Taillon. He's batting .364 versus him, and he's 2 for 5 with a homer in 2024 versus him. So he's already seen him twice this year, so I like that look. Our next play is we're going to go back to Gunnar Henderson. We haven't used him in a while, and it's been smart because he hasn't been playing that well. However, he's 3 for 6 with a homer and a double versus Flexen of the Chicago White Sox, who's got his 2-13 record, not doing so hot. And we're going to pair it with Lawrence Butler. No, Lawrence Butler's on an 11-game hitting streak. He's got 2 hits in 5 out of his last 6 games, and we got a great price on him today. So I like that look. That's play number 3. Play number 4 is we're going to Jose Ramirez of the Cleveland Guardians. Now he's 4 for 9, batting .444 versus his pitcher today, and he's actually 3 for 6 in 2024 versus him. Perfect. And we're going to pair him with Francisco Lindor, who's on a 12-game hitting streak. and he's got a hit in 28 of his last 30 games. Wow, that is unbelievable. And he's going versus Brian Bello, who we've bet against a bunch this year. So I like that look today. Jose Ramirez versus Francisco Lindor, the New York Yanks. Our next play is we are going to take Willie Contreras of the Milwaukee Brewers, and we're going to pair him with Juan Soto. Now, Willie's going versus Pallant, and he's 3 for 5 with a homer, and he's 1 for 2 in 2024 versus him this year. So I like that look, and we're going with Juan Soto, as I can't keep taking Judge and having those intentional walks. But he's going versus Al Leiter's kid, Jack Leiter, who it hasn't been going so well for his major league debut, as he's got a 16.49 hits per 9. So not a great look. And when you pair those two guys together, you get a -102. So I like that price on him as well. And our last and final play is we are going to take Yordan Alvarez. Now he's got a hit in 21 of his last 25 games. He's going versus Agwin. He's given up 10.93 hits per 9. And he's on a 9-game hitting streak himself. So that's beautiful. And we're going to pair him with Rafael Devers. Now, he's 2 for 6 versus Severino, and this guy absolutely crushes right-handed pitching, so that's always a good look when you can take Rafael Devers and Yordan Alvarez together. You get a -113 for that one. So we got 6 plays going today, guys. I like this card, even though it's a little short. It starts about 2 o'clock, so get your listens on soon and get your picks in, and if you're rocking with me, let's roll.